Hello everybody, this is Hithrail again, this time bringing you the Galloglass units, the Skene, the Kern, and the Redshank. Please note that the appearance of these characters will be slightly different if you're running the base game. I've modded some of their weaponry and shields to bring them in line with what typically the Irish Kerns would have fought and used. That being said, I'm going to run over the changes in statistics for these units. So, the Skene. Athletics have decreased from 45 down to 20, making them quite slow for a tier 2 unit. Bow has decreased from 60 to 45. One-handed has increased from 30 to 40. Polearm has decreased from 30 to 20. And throwing has decreased from 60 down to 10. Next up, for the Kerns, they have learned to ride horses. Riding has gone from 0 to 30, and they have learned how to use polearms. Pole has increased from 0 to 40. Last but not least, the Redshanks. Their athletics have increased from 75 up to 100. Riding has increased from 0 to 40. One-handed has increased from 50 to 90. Bow has increased from 100 to 130. Crossbow from 0 to 15, while their throwing skill has decreased from 80 to 60. I'm going to walk through the stats that my modded version made now. Basically, these guys are kind of glass cannons, which is roughly what the historical Galloglass, the Irish kind of military clan warfare was. So the Skene has, in my mod, one-handed 15, two-handed of 45, polearm of 15, bow of 15, and throwing and athletics both at 60. More or less designed to be very quick units, even faster than the Battanians, running forward, hurling their javelins, and then they've got a two-handed weapon to fall back on. Next up, the Kerns. Athletics skill of 80, so made them quick. One-handed, two-handed, and polearm skills all at 60. There are two variants I made of the Kern with shields. I gave them the lovely new Battanian targes, so kind of that studded round shield. And then two versions have two-handed weapons. Sturgian axe, and then one of the Voluges, I believe, one of the Valandian two-handed weapons, since they represented the weapons from the historical imagery that I looked up. A bow skill of 20 and a throwing skill of 80. So these guys would make up most of the front line with their shields, give them some survivability, and then hurl their javelins to great effect. Lastly, the Redshanks. One-handed of 90, two-handed and polearm of 130, gave these guys some good two-handed weapons. Bow of 50, throwing of 140, making those harpoons very deadly, and these guys are wickedly fast with an athletics of 150. In terms of armor and equipment, both the Skene and the Kern are relatively lightly armored, and then it gets a bit heavier when you move up into the Redshank. So these guys would be kind of the equivalent of the Irish elite, with the other ones being equivalent to their foot soldiers. So that's a quick roundup of the Galloglass. My recollection is that these do not actually exist as an independent faction in the game yet, unlike the Gilman faction or the Skolderbrota or any of those other units. I don't believe these are broadly available in the game yet. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers.